last year was $1,000. And so for some folks up here, that is their only source of income for the year. And especially those that live out in the bush area. These are the people that live out off the grid. And as we leave the Wasilla area, I'll show you more of that, explain what I'm talking about. I love the grid thing. I love getting away from the big life. Keep in mind, I mean, like my stomping ground. I used to live outside of San Antonio. I was 100 miles away from the Laredo border, but I go hang out in San Antonio. So to come here and call this the big city, yeah. Then to go home, and the first time I get in the car and I start driving, the speed limit's 75 down there, and I'm doing 75, and they're passing me like nothing. Yeah, I start missing the roads up here, big time. So. I'll tell you a cute story. Up here on your right-hand side, we're coming up on the Wasilla Lake. Because I'm talking about dividend checks, some families, they have to use their kids' dividend checks to support the family throughout the year as well. Some families are financially, they can put their kids' dividends in savings and save it for their kids. And a couple years ago, a young man, he was 19, knew it all. All of his dividend checks, birthday, he had a great savings account. He went and bought himself a brand new Dodge Ram pickup truck. Bought it during the winter time. His daddy said, son, you go pick it up, you take it straight over to the insurance office and get it insured before you do anything else. He said, yes, sir. And got the truck, they got all excited about it. Went and picked up some friends and thought, you know what? Let's go out on the lake and let's start little donuts and roadies out there. Well, it wasn't that cold of a winter. And he got out in the middle of the lake and found that the whole lake wasn't quite frozen yet. And the very first day of picking up that brand new Dodge pickup truck, it went to the bottom of that lake we just passed. And by the way, it was not insured because he never made it to the insurance office. And so, then of course there's all the fees because now the gas, the oil's in there, and I mean, hard lesson to learn. The father didn't give a very pleasant interview over the when the news camera was trying to interview him back in the day. But if you look over here to your left, that's about my 11 o'clock. See this here green building? This was the train depot out here in the Wasilla area. And back in the day, I said, our main transportation is our planes. Other source is by train. And if you're going to be taking the train back, you'll be hearing a lot of history about it, so I don't want to go too far into it. But the train is a way that we do get a lot of other supplies out to other villages. Most of the places that the trains cannot get to, and that's when they rely on the planes. So we have the seaplanes I was explaining earlier. They're the ones that land on water. During the winter time, they take those plateaus off, and they put skis on, and so they can land on the frozen water, and they can still get supplies in. You'll notice as we travel throughout your stay, you're going to see little planes in the sky at all times. You can go utilize the bathroom in the back. Please hang on to the back of the seat. Also up above, you can hang on to the railing up above. Or if you don't feel comfortable with any of that, then get to know the person sitting in the seat and hang on to their shoulder. Most of the motor coaches don't have seat belts, but speaking from experience, if I do have to shut it, lock it down, y'all up here in the front, hang on. If you have the seat belts, you probably want to put them on for sure. It can get pretty bad. We're going to be coming out of the moose area. Well, moose are known to be everywhere, but we'll be coming into the bear territory as well, and I've actually had bear run right out in front of my motor coach. Made the guest happy, scared me. I had to stop and go to the back, if you know what I mean. But So just keep that in mind. Also, if you do go back to the bathroom in the back, please, folks, lock that door back there. As we come out of this area, we're going to get into the 2-lane highways that I was explaining. 1 lane in, 1 lane out kind of thing. And we're going to hit frost heaves. Frost heaves are just little bumps in the road. That's just where the ice is building up. So it's going to get a little bumpy at times. And I'm telling you from experience, and it's like someone always tries to challenge me, I don't know why, but if I hit a frost heave and you're in the back and you didn't lock that door, then the people sitting around that bathroom back there are going to see the wrong kind of bear. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So please keep that in mind. Also, if you're back there and you get trapped, and I've had people forget how to open the door, there is an alarm back there. Push it. Hopefully I notice a little light flashing up here. If not, bang on it, yell at somebody, and I'll come let you out. I had one lady, she couldn't figure out how to get the door open. It was unlocked. She kept pushing. It was a pool. You know, and I felt bad for her. I had to stop the coach, you know, and there's really not a way of getting out of that without everybody knowing why, you know. Yes, ma'am, it's a pool kind of door. Our doors are different, so keep that in mind. If pooling doesn't open it, try pushing, or vice versa. This area up here is known as the Matanuska Valley. This is some of our major growing farming area up here. We don't get the fresh fruit and all the vegetables that y'all have. I do miss that back south. But back in the early 1900s, they had homesteading available. They were offering it to over 150 families from the northern states that were used to living in the cold to come up to Alaska and to start farming up here. They were trying to get people to start kind of migrating up this way. Finding gold, that helped bring people up here. But folks don't realize that right now we're gaining our daylight, and by June 21st, so therefore I'm going to make it a safe trip for you and try to make it as comfortable as possible. Hopefully the mountain will be out for us, and hopefully by the time we get up there, you're still going to like me. So, let me also say at this time, so we're going to be coming out of the Anchorage area here very quickly. Anchorage is the largest city in the state of Alaska. Anchorage has a little over 300,000 people to it. When I first got up here, we did not have 300,000 in Anchorage. I blame it on Walmart. Because as soon as Walmart showed up, everybody came. You know, and I love my Walmart, so don't get me wrong. But this makes us the largest city here in the state of Alaska. And we're going to be going through some towns. You're going to see the difference in our travels. Right now, this is our highway. So for those who are from the big cities, you can imagine what our rush hour looks like. But this is it right here. We're on the Glenn Highway. There is actually 9 highways here in Alaska, and we're going to only take a couple of them today. 2, as a matter of fact. I'm going to put you on 2 different highways. But there's 9. Now keep in mind, Alaska is the largest state. Trust me. Being from Texas, I hear it all the time. I am constantly reminded, you hear that on a regular basis. So the last shirt I got said, Texas, Alaska's little sister. And I'll tell you, I don't wear that one when I go home. But I will definitely buy them Don't Mess With Texas shirts and bring them up here. They don't wear them up here, but still, you know, it's all fair. So we're coming out of Anchorage. One of the beautiful things about the state of Alaska, especially stuff that I love up here, is The scenery is never the same. I can do this drive 3 times a day, and it's going to be different. Within an hour, the mountains are going to look different, the way the clouds are going to be and all. You are respected for serving your country. You were respected for coming home from serving your country. If you were fallen, you were respected. It was just the outlook and the appreciation and respect. That is the only way how we got the National Cemetery, from what I was told. And it was strictly because Kermit Roosevelt set out to make a difference. And he did, both on this earth and in his passing. Now, over here, if you look over on your right-hand side, the mountain line that we're following, this is the Chugach Mountain Range. And this is one of our longest running. It goes from Valdez all the way down to Seward. We're going to be following it until we turn off onto a different highway. But this is one of our longest mountain ranges up here. It is one of our most hiked mountains up here. And, you know, like I said, I came up here back in '84. And folks, I was here a lot younger. Yeah, I know, I always call the wrong number. They always correct me, so I was trying to look smart this time. All right, thanks, sir. So, the bridge that we're coming over now, and I was trying to get it, let y'all see it on the other bridge. You see these, they look like 7s and L's. You see how low these things come down here? These are actually the lights. This area, the fog and the snow gets so bad, and when we come on bridges, you'll see our bridges look like this. They bring them down so we can actually see where we're going, so we don't drive off the bridge into the water. So as you travel throughout the state, you'll see where the lights will be way up yonder, and then you'll see them when they come down. And when they come down, that is an area that is a bad spot during fog and during our whiteouts. And so they'll drop it down for safety reasons, and it'll light up. A lot of them will have reflector tape, so our headlights will also hit it, so it helps stay on course. Because it'd be like, this is the bridge, the Matanuska Bridge, you don't want to fall off of. One of the few remaining land glaciers up here. I've climbed all over that glacier. We have several different types. We have the valley glaciers, which is responsible for carving out a lot of our mountains. You see the mountains up ahead of us. You see where the V shapes look? They say over the hundreds of thousands of years back. Those are where the glaciers once were. And the ice is what's carved these V's out. We have a V shape over here in front of us. And so those were known as the valley glaciers. So you'll be seeing a difference in that. I'll show you a difference in our soil as well. But at one time, what we're driving on now, it was all ice at one time. Sometimes in the wintertime, I feel like we're back in the Ice Age. Winter started the middle of August last season. I was still making runs to Denali, and I hit my first snowstorm of the season with the last tour group of the season. So I was like, well, this is going to get fun. So
mirip ya. Apa mereka nyontoh ya? Morning. Orang itu kemarin sih duduk depannya kita itu. Aku eling jaketnya. DP. DP dia. S